All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible and honestly mind-bending texts in all of Buddhist literature, the Avatamsaka Sutra, sometimes called the Flower Garland Sutra. Because hidden right in its opening chapter is this profound idea about perspective that feels, well, more relevant today than ever.
So, the sutra kicks off not with some quiet, peaceful meditation, but with this absolutely epic scene. I want you to picture a cosmic assembly. Countless beings, we're talking celestial musicians, fierce guardians, spirits of all kinds, all gathered in one place. They're silent, totally focused, just waiting. So what's the big event? What on earth could draw this unbelievably diverse crowd from all across the different universes? Well, they've all come to witness the exact moment of the Buddha's ultimate enlightenment. But here's the twist. They don't all see the same thing.
Yeah, see, each and every being, based on their own nature, their own background, and their own way of understanding things, perceives this single event in a completely unique way. And the text has this really special name for these unique perspectives.
They're called liberation gates. And let's be super clear here. This isn't some physical doorway you can just walk through. A liberation gate is more like a specific lens, a unique method of insight that opens up a pathway to understanding reality itself.
To put another way, think about how a physical gate separates here from there, right? Well, the liberation gate does the opposite. It dissolves that separation. It's the key that unlocks a deep connection with the truth, starting from your own, totally unique point of view. Let's see how this actually plays out in the text.
Okay. First up, we've got a group of celestial beings who see the world through art, through harmony, through beauty. These are the Gandharvas. In this whole cosmic orchestra, they are the musicians. Their entire nature is just tuned to beauty, to sound, and to aesthetics. So, of course, their understanding of enlightenment is going to be expressed through that artistic lens.
And we see this perfectly with the king of the Gandharvas, Dhritarashtra. He gets enlightenment not as some loud announcement, but as this kind of magnetic, harmonious presence that just naturally and skillfully draws all beings toward it.
This perspective is just captured so beautifully in his verse. For him, the Buddha isn't a ruler who gives commands. No, the Buddha is like a vast open space, kind of like the perfect silence in a piece of music that allows the right path to just appear for everyone without any force. It's a really subtle, poetic way of understanding.
But get this, another Gandharva king sees it differently. For wonderful sound Lion Banner, his gate isn't about silent presence. It's about actively spreading the great renown, the teachings far and wide, like a beautiful song being carried on the wind.
You see, his verse is all about action. He sees that people are lost, they're confused, and for him, liberation comes from proclaiming the truth, from using his voice to share the Dharma and cut right through all that confusion. Same truth, but a totally different approach.
Okay, now let's shift gears completely. We've seen the artist's perspective. So what about the warriors? We're moving from these celestial musicians to the powerful, fierce guardians of the natural world.
These are the yakshas. They embody strength, power, and protection. They're not composers, they are bodyguards. So it makes total sense that their understanding of enlightenment is framed through this lens of compassionate power and direct protective action. Their king, Vaishravana, his liberation gate is all about rescue. He sees enlightenment as the ultimate power to save everyone, using endless skillful methods to protect even those who do wrong. It's this act of profound, powerful compassion.
His perspective is so direct and urgent. The Buddha isn't like empty space. The Buddha is an active rescuer who shows up in the world specifically to pull beings out of the ocean of suffering.
And another Yaksha king, brave foe of great armies, has a slightly different take. For him, it's not just about that initial rescue, it's about active guardianship, making sure that beings stay on the right path once they've found it.
So for this king, the Buddha is the ultimate guide, the one who corrects our course. His understanding is all about the unwavering, unshakable nature of the true path, which he, as a guardian, is sworn to protect. A completely different flavor from the Gandharvas, right?
So we have the artists and the warriors, but they're just two examples out of so many. Let's zoom out now to see the truly grand vision the sutra is building here.
And the text doesn't just stop with two groups, not even close. It goes on to list over 10 different categories of beings, from dragon kings to wind spirits, and for each one, it details multiple kings. And you guessed it, each one has their own unique liberation gate. The sheer scale of it is just staggering.
And you might be thinking, okay, I get it. This sounds a little repetitive. But you see, that repetition is the entire point. It's actually a deliberate literary tool designed to just overwhelm you with this sense of infinite, beautiful diversity.
So what this all builds up to is this really radical kind of pluralism. Think of it this way. There's one sun, one ultimate reality. But the universe is filled with infinite beings. And every single one of them, with their unique eyes, sees that same sun and experiences its light in a way that is perfect and complete for them. No single perspective is the only right one. Every single gate opens onto the exact same truth.
And this brings us to the final and, I think, most important point. What does this ancient text, with its cosmic assembly of gods and spirits, have to do with us? Right here, right now.
It suggests that the universe isn't a place where we all have to conform to a single way of thinking or seeing. It's a total celebration of diversity. Whether your nature is like a Gandharva, drawn to art, or a Yaksha, driven by action, your unique way of being is your path.
Ultimately, the sutra isn't just describing these ancient gods. It's holding up a mirror to us. It's asking you to consider your own unique nature, your talents, your passions. What's the lens through which you see the world most clearly? What is your way of making sense of it all? Because according to this profound vision, that is your very own and perfectly valid liberation gate.